I mean, coming in as a freshman last year, you really have no idea what to expect, and just having that first year under my belt, I mean, I just know the gist of what it's going to take to succeed, and that's just the experience really helps.
You talk about experience. How much can you just rely on that experience from that regional game you pitched in, and just trying to build off that, and just take that further?
I'm just trying to treat this year just every game I pitch like that regional, just trying to, like we talked about, we have to treat every game like it's Game 7 of the World Series. And I'm just going to go into every game thinking that, I mean, this is the most important game, and just so I can just keep the level of like competitiveness at that high level.
Looking back, your first collegiate save was against UNC in front of a record crowd, 6,003 people at LeClaire Stadium. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, there's nothing else like it. Obviously, to this point, yeah, UNC. I mean, never experienced anything like it, so my adrenaline was pumping and I was ready to go.
How do you and Trey keep pushing each other to get better at the top of the rotation?
I feel like obviously one of us is going to be Friday and the other Saturday, and it's just whoever's going to be pitching better is going to be on Friday. So whoever's on Friday is going to be trying to stay at the best, so the guy on Saturday doesn't like overtake him basically, and then the guy on Saturday is going to have to like working to be on Friday.
Zach, you seem to thrive under really tough like situations coming out of the bullpen last year. Can you talk about your mental toughness?
Just growing up, travel ball high school, I was always like slated to pitch the tough games, so just I was always around that environment and like having to pitch in the like big games and win and move on games. So that's I've just grown up. So it's not grown up pitching in that type of environment. So it's just like another game.
Coach talked about you working on adding some pitches. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the stuff you worked on this offseason?
Yeah. So last year I was just strictly fastball changeup until the end of the year. And then over the summer and this fall, I worked on developing a curveball and then a mix between a cutter and a slider, which we call a slutter here at, just because of Tony Ginn last year. That was his go-to pitch, the slutter, so it kind of just caught on. And just over the summer, it was really just mainly focusing on throwing those pitches, getting comfortable with them so I can throw them in any count.
Feel like you can kind of add in any one of those now?
Yes. Yes, this fall it was obviously I still had the fastball changeup, but I threw a lot more of the other two pitches, so I'm comfortable with those as well.
Last year, you did a little bit of everything. Just knowing you're going to be a starter going into the season, how does that change your preparation for?
So last year you really didn't know in the bullpen you didn't know when you were going to pitch, so it was kind of just throwing like having the same routine every day. But as a starter, you'll be able to get in like your long toss because you know when you're going to pitch, and just go with Logan, having your routines every day that you'll do. While in a bullpen, you never know. You could pitch 2 days in a row, so you can't really get the treatment you need. But as a starter, it's way easier.
Just watching you pitch too, it looks like your windup. It's kind of long. Like you kind of learn that just from being able to use your whole body. You kind of model your windup or your motion off of anybody.
I don't really model it. It was just growing up as a kid. When I first started pitching, my dad wouldn't let me pick up a baseball and throw it until I was able to do the windup just with muscle memory. So I like had it ironed out from a young age and just have kept building on as I've put on muscle and weight, really getting more into my back leg and using my entire body as I've grown up.
The sport of baseball is just known for superstitions. Do you have any before you take them out?
I'd say the only one that I have is I like to take a cold shower right before I go to pitch. I just like flush everything out, and it just gets me ready to go.
How have, whether it be Justin or Ryan behind the plate, how have they kind of helped your development from when you got here to now?
Them catching bullpens and seeing when my pitches are good and when they're not, and after every bullpen, AK, me, and whoever's catching me, whether that be Ryan or Justin, they'll come up and talk to me and AK, and just give us our feedback on what they thought and how they saw it from the catcher standpoint. And I mean, they've caught me a lot, so they know when the pitches are on and when they're not. And usually, I mean, they have good advice, great advice.
Going off that, how do you build your relationship with the catchers off the field?
So a tradition with the pitchers and the catchers, we'll take them out to dinner, and we'll pay for them, and just hanging out with them. And off the field, we'll obviously talk baseball, so we'll still be able to pick each other's minds. And usually, like, when we get into scrimmages, we'll be facing them, so they'll tell us what they saw when they were hitting against us as well as catching.
Ask Coach Knight about, not tipping pitches and how you guys work on that. Is that something that just becomes second nature over time, but you don't want to think about it too much, right? But how about tipping pitches and not letting the batter know it's coming?
Yeah, so when I came in, it was my glove positioning was where you could see what pitch I was throwing from second base. If you're on second base, you could just see right into my glove. So I had to work on just concealing the ball when I was throwing. And other than that, it's just we repeat it a lot, do the little things that matter over and over again, so it becomes second nature.